Welcome to this masterclass on how to produce multiple views. In simplistic form, it's about producing 4 pictures on one sheet of paper. They could be 3-dimensional pictures like this, they could be elevations or simply floor plans. And it all lies on the principle that whichever view you're in, you can use it within. And here I'm going down through perspective to name views, and you can see this area is empty and it only is offering me the new view. And here it's asking me, what would I like to call this? Now the names are not really important, they're just to help you guide yourself around the piece of software. You could name them 1, 2, 3, 4, however they don't really explain where you are within the room. Now when I press the OK button, it instantly takes a snapshot of that picture. It's producing it and rendering it down. And there we have a new position within the kitchen. So again, I'm going up to the area marked perspective, and the drop down allows me to go to my name views, and there's the previous name I gave it. And here is a new opportunity for me to give this picture a new name. So perhaps it might be simply the hob. And I can say OK, and a picture snapped. But here's a key little trick for you. Just up here in planning mode, what it does is actually suspend the render as I decide to move around the kitchen and get my best shot. Once I've done that and I'm happy with the position, I then can disable or reactivate planning mode, and it will then render to the setting that you have previously had. And there we are. So again, just to recap, planning mode suspends the current render and it allows you to move around the kitchen as much as you want to. And here, if I were to render this picture, lifting up the planning mode, it will allow itself to render. But I think I'm going to have a small problem here. Because my feet are actually outside of the patio door, we're going to get the bloom from the glass, the reflection in the patio door glass. And I'll show you how to fix that. So now I'm going to suspend the render just for a moment, and I'm going to now use this line here. It's called the clipping plane. And I can use this slide bar, and the idea being that I move that clipping plane through forward of the patio door, and then I can release planning mode. It will now render that picture as though we're inside the room, yet our feet are actually outside in the garden. And you can see it's a clearer, sharper picture with no reflection from inside the patio door, only the reflection of the garden in the gloss white doors, the oven and the floor. And there we have it, a lovely rendition. But if I want to, I could swap this now for a plan view, and in plan view I again have the drop down arrow, and it's offering me to give it a name view, and I can click on new name view and I'll simply call it plan. There it is, it's taken a snapshot for you. If you want to, we can always choose an elevation. There's my elevation showing it, and it could be in simply rendered within, and perhaps we might want to go to color fill. There's color fill, or perhaps we might choose preview. And having chosen my preview, then I can come into elevation and choose again to go to name views. It does give me the opportunity to have some preset, wall 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is wall 1, 2, 3, 4. It always names them within the plan view in a clockwise direction. So I shall simply come in here, and I guess the obvious thing would be to call it an elevation. It could be number 1, 2 or 3. And now, having chosen our elevation, we need then to go to multi-view, and it's here on the viewing tab, ready and waiting for you. And the only choices now are the drop down arrow, and in here it shows you the silhouette of 4 ready-made platforms. All I have to do is choose the downward pointing arrow, and it's offering me now a choice. When I hover over the top left hand pane, what would I want to put in there? Well, perhaps I want the plan view, and off it goes and renders it for me. Now in the top right hand corner, I might just choose to come in here and have a perspective, perhaps a general view. And having gotten my general view, I can then go to the bottom left hand corner and I can choose perhaps the hop. And there we have 4 pictures on 1 sheet of paper. And if one were to go to our options tab, because don't forget I'm still in the view, the option tab, and I can print my information block. For more information on information blocks, you'd go into the file tab and options. But what that's doing is to show that I have it enabled. So when I come up to file and print, here are my 4 unrendered pictures, so that I can change the settings without delay. I can go into landscape, and there are my info blocks as previously chosen. And all I need to do now, you're seeing the preview, I can come in here and say to it I'd like to see it as it would be rendered. And there you have it, that's ready to be printed out. But there's one further beautiful trick in here. I can choose to change where that destination is going to be sent to by choosing send to PDF. PDF documents are very easy to email, and all I simply need to do is to tell it where that PDF is going to be sent or stored, and I simply do that by pressing print, and it's asking me where would I like it. And for ease, I'm going to simply tell it to put it on the desktop, and I'm going to perhaps give it the customer's name. And there it is saved on my desktop. And there's Mrs. Brown's file, all ready and waiting to be attached to an email. I think you'll agree, a very easy and professional presentation for your clients. Please look out for further masterclasses.